Hello you guys, Senior Tiger here, and this video is strictly for people who are interested in going to college, having a college life, or being on campus or in dorms. Currently I have housing, but I wanted to tell you my experience for one quarter being over, and one quarter in my college is 11 weeks. So I currently go to the Art Institute of Nashville, and from my experience thus far, I love college, I really do. And for most of those teachers who kind of over-exaggerated, or it might just be my college, but they kind of over-exaggerated the difficulties of college, there's some pros and there's some cons compared to high school. So in college life, just know that whenever there's deadlines, you better meet those deadlines. That's pretty much it. I mean, the work is about equal to high school level, maybe a little bit more challenging depending on which college you go to. But from my experience, it's fairly simple, and just gotta make sure you're dedicated to your work. And if you're not very dedicated to your work, you're not gonna go very far. And if you don't see yourself doing what you want to major in the future, then you're definitely not going to go far. So I advise people to definitely reach for what they really want to do in their future. College, you do grow upon what you know, and it can be a fun experience, hands-on or not so hands-on, just whatever your preferences are for college. So right now I'm in motion graphics and visual effects. Originally I wanted to be a video game designer or some type of animator for movies or TV shows. And those still run into motion graphics and visual effects. I went for animation, and they told me that I could still have all of my animation classes plus more if I were to go in as a major for visual effects and motion graphics, get more of a bang for my buck, which is the same cost. But I love college life. Me personally, I love college life, and I don't want to mess up anyone's thoughts about college. And I encourage everybody to go to college. Like, if you feel that you can do something and you can do it with a passion, go for it. But as far as housing and college life, it's a nice experience. You have cool roommates. You want to make sure you want to associate with them, talk to them, make sure you get to know them. You might even know, you'll never know, maybe in the future you might become good friends with that person, be able to make great connections. And that's going to be the pro about having housing. They can help you out when you're in need, and you can help them out when they're in need. But you have to make sure that you're settled. The first year or the first month in college is going to be hard. You're away from home. You have to adapt to life, like independent living. So you can't be dependent all the time. Your parents can still help you out, but ultimately living in dorms or housing helps you or me or anybody in general become more independent. And from my experience this far, I've definitely became more independent. Been on a job quest. It hasn't been too great, but I'm still doing it, and that's what leads to one of the cons. So if you don't have, one thing that will probably affect you is if you don't have a vehicle, or if you do have transportation but it only comes at a certain time range, that can also affect you. So I currently take a shuttle to school, and it's very time consuming, and it only comes about 4 times a day, and it's basically morning, evening, afternoon, and night. And that's basically the only times it comes. And there's only 3, probably 4 days that it haven't came, but it's due to an absence or somebody sick or something. But I love it. It is a assured way to get to college, and when I originally heard about it, you know, I was like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna help me get to school and back, and it may also help me when I want to find a job or opportunity for a job nearby. That was true until a certain point, probably 3 weeks ago, when I realized that I didn't have many opportunities as I could if I were to have a car or a vehicle and my license. So it's definitely important to try to get your license and try to get a vehicle while you're in high school, or at least get a down payment in high school and work your way up. And I understand that senior year is the hardest year, but if you're dedicated to your work, you'll definitely go far. But for freshmen in high school, that's your most important year. It's not the hardest, but it's the most important. It sets your GPA, and you'll never know. You gotta try hard, and when you go to college, there's just gonna be a whole bunch of opportunities waiting for you and ready for you. But just make sure you do what you want to do when you go to college. Just make sure you're focused. Don't let any type of distractions get to you. And don't do a lot of the dumb things that many people do in life, and don't focus on it. Try to be optimistic as you can, so when the future comes, you'll say, hey, I'm ready for this. And you'll just say, yeah, I'm going to go in with a bang. And that's what you want to do. But other than that, housing is pretty great. You know, have a stove, microwave, and all the other essentials. Just, you want to make sure you have like a job to, you know, feel more independent and feel productive. Because when you have homework and then after you get done and there's nothing to do, you tend to fall asleep and you'll feel unproductive after a while. Some people wouldn't mind it, but I'm one of those people that if, you know, I feel unproductive, it's like, what the heck am I doing? And when I get to school, I'm just so, like, what? Like, I'm blank-minded. So definitely being productive can keep your mind active in a sense, and it can help you out with, you know, obstacles such as staying awake in class because you're awake more and more. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Oh, and one big thing. So, college, you may have more people that have the same mindset as you. And don't judge if they're different. Me personally, I'm one of those people who don't judge. Just be careful of who you hang around. Make sure that they're, you know, the right people to hang around. And if they can help you, I mean, why not? Just some people will use them as tools, and that's not necessarily a good thing. But just make sure you have great connections, because that can take someone really far in life. But other than that, that pretty much wraps up the video. And thank you for watching. And Scratch Like a Tiger, thank you for watching. Senor Tiger out.